Welcome everyone. In this video, we will learn about WebSockets. To connect with WebSockets, we need one web page, or you can connect via any mobile application or from any WebSocket client. Every event you want to listen to as a WebSocket, first you need to add that event into these entries. For example, we want to register for this update many generated API of this table. We just select that and click on save. It will be inserted like this. In this demo, we will be using this web page. Let's go to its code. This is the page. Now here we have one head tag and some CSS and title there. In body we have one simple div and one h1 and h5 tag. In script we have one main function and we are calling the main function. Inside main we are just printing that token, and after that we are using this token to connect with the WebSocket. We are storing it in a global variable. Now let's open the connect WebSocket, and in token we saw this code earlier. We are hitting our system API to get the token, and API user default username and password is 12345. Now we are creating WebSocket with IP and port number, and we are passing this XAM authorization token we just got earlier. After that we are registering for this on message event and on close event. On close event we are just reconnecting it, that is it. And on message event, when we get the message of connected, we are calling this register event function. This is just simply getting all the valid registered events into one array. So you can ignore this for now. Now in a register event, we need to send this object via WebSocket. The object type is going to be register, and on events, event type is instance events. No need to provide API path. Now instance, database and collection. So in our case, instance is MySQL 8, inventory and order transactions. API is a schema get all. API is a schema get all. And we want to get event data. Now let's go to web page. We'll refresh the page and we are printing the token first. This is printing the token. After that, we are printing two more objects from line number 68, which is here. So whenever we are receiving any message, we are simply logging it. So these are the first object is backend is saying you are connected, and after that this is response from backend that whatever you tried to register, out of those you have these are the valid events you are subscribed to, and these are the invalid events that you are not able to subscribe to. Now in valid events we can see this schema get all. So this event subscription means we want to get the notification in this web page whenever there is a schema get all API of this instance, database and collection is hit by any other way. Let's clear the console. We'll go to here. We'll hit the API 1, 2 and 3 times. We should be getting 3 notifications here. Now, when we expand the object, you can see the event ID and event data. This event ID we will get in return when we call the register, and this event data we are getting because we have passed this true. If we pass it as a false and we don't want event data in return, we'll refresh the page. 1, 2 and 3, and we will not get event data in return. We'll just event ID saying that this notification is for this event, and this event ID you can see here. This is event ID B5FD. This is the basics of WebSocket notification. Now let's open the documentation. Click on APIs. Go to at last and open this API info. Open this WebSocket events. Here you will see some examples. And here you can see how many event types you can register to. That is listed over here. Event type. So as you can see in documentation, we can register with instances, third-party APIs, custom APIs, any system API, or any WebSocket custom WebSocket event also. Now this is the list of all API names. So here it is used over here, API name. All other things, as you know, the API path and instance database collection name, and if you want to receive data or not. These are the generated API list. This is system API names, and custom API has their own names that you can give. Right now we are getting notification whenever this get all API is being hit. We want to filter it down a bit. So we can add the condition here. Let's say condition. Here we can say condition type is going to be response and criteria is going to be ID 2. So that means whenever in a response we have ID 2, only when we want to get this notification. We'll simply save it. We'll open the web page, refresh the web page. After that, when we come here, we'll send it. We got the ID 2 in response. 2, 3. So we should be getting 3 notifications here. Let's clear the console. Let's add the filter criteria here. In query parameters, we can say ID greater than 3. So we'll get the response, but we will not get any notification here because it is not matching our criteria. There is one limitation with this criteria. You cannot go inside one level. You cannot pass any objects there and saying when ID is greater than 2 like this. It has to be equals operator. Let's see one more example. We want to register when new order transaction is saved in database. For that, we need to change API name to post bulk insert that you can get from documentation. We want to get the event data, yes, means true. And right now we don't want any condition, so let's comment out this part. We'll save it. We'll open the page and we'll refresh the page. Here we'll go to save single or multiple. We'll go to body and we'll paste this payload. When we send it, we should be getting notification here. Okay. Now let's add some filter condition there. In a criteria, we want notification only when product ID is 3. That means when order is placed for product ID 3, only in that case we want to get notified. We'll save it. We'll open the web page, refresh it, clear the console, send it again, 1, 2, 3. So 3 notifications because product ID is 3. Now let's go back. We want to get notified when product ID is 3 and payment method is cash. Save it. Open the web page, clear the console, save it for cash 1, save it for UPI 1 and 2. So total we sent 3 requests. We should be getting only 1 because of cash. Other 2 are UPI transactions. Normally you can have a notifications table. Whenever new entry is saved in this table, user get notifications because every user will subscribe to their specific user IDs. So this is how you can save that notification to database also, and everyone can get notified also. And after some time or some kind of page navigation, if you want to unregister to that event, you can simply send this object type as unregister instead of register and pass those event IDs in the array, and you can unregister with multiple events. One server can handle WebSocket connections depends on number of the ports it can open. So let's say one server of this is able to open few thousands of user connections. So if we have more connections, we can create more servers. Technically, there is no limit how many servers of a can create and how many WebSocket connections you can handle. You can handle n number of connections. For example, user is performing save operation on this API and that criteria matches which is connected with this node, that this user will also get this notification because all the servers of are interconnected automatically whenever you add them in any environment in cloud.